Is your Colorado Springs home worth less than it was 2 years ago? I'll tell you what started this whole question. I'm so excited to talk about this. This entire video, at least on our end, is called Assessor Rant. That's how we titled it in Google Docs as we started getting ready for it. I was watching the news this morning, and our lovely El Paso County assessor was interviewed about some of the tax assessment information you may have received in the mail recently about the value of your home. Thankfully, we are seeing a lot of the tax bills go down because the tax valuation has gone down. But here's what I want to talk about. Number one, what's the difference between a tax valuation and the actual value of your home? Unfortunately, the assessor made it sound like the value of your home has dropped. That's not the case. It's more expensive to buy a home now than it was a year ago, right? So the difference between a tax valuation, that's the assessor's evaluation of your home. The actual value of your home is best left to a professional such as myself. Now, Mr. Assessor, I appreciate all of your efforts. I really do, and I see you in trying to provide the best information that you can. However, there's a difference between a home's value and a home's valuation. The market determines a home's value, and the government determines a home's valuation. And I'll let you decide which one the general public trusts more right now. So, what information is the county using for their evaluation? That's one thing that I didn't hear this gentleman say today. I don't know where the information came from because I certainly do not agree with it. I don't know if you remember, a few years ago, and we're going to talk more about this in just a second, the assessor's office said, well, this is how we came up with the valuation of the home, and they did a blanket appraisal and everybody's valuation went through the roof. Well, what information are you using right now to determine the valuation going down? What information? Where are you getting that from? What algorithm? Because if you're using the same algorithm as Zillow, and Zillow, we love you, nothing wrong with you, but Zillow's valuations, they always say, hey, 80% of the time, we're within 20% of the actual value of the home. Is that what you're using, Mr. Assessor? Because that's messing with someone's tax bills, and I really think we should do a little bit better at making sure that humans' resources are protected. So the tax bill, let's actually go out and try to get a really firm value for the home, not just a general valuation from a blanket appraisal. Speaking of which, blanket appraisals, let's see how well that worked out. Does everybody remember 2 years ago when you got the exact same documentation in the mail and you saw what the county had valued your home at and you were like, wow, I didn't realize I was that wealthy. And now all of a sudden your tax bill went through the roof. The outcry was unreal. We had so many people ask us for CMAs to give an actual valuation of their home because they wanted to dispute the value that the assessor's office had put on there. So many of those valuations got overturned because they saw, oh yeah, this isn't right. Do you know what the assessor said? The assessor said, well, what we did was we just did a blanket appraisal and everything went up about this much. Really? Everything went up about this much. Huh. So the tax bill swung really, really high, and then now it's coming down a little bit. So you're probably thinking, well, Mark, that's great, but what is a CMA? Well, a CMA is a comparable market analysis. That's exactly what a CMA is, which means we are sitting down as professionals and we're taking a look at the homes around yours and we're saying, okay, well, this one has this many beds and this many baths and this many square foot and so on and so forth as it compares to your home. And then we are actually giving you a comparable market analysis of what an appraiser might say your home is worth. And so a lot of work goes into CMAs to make sure that everything is exactly that, comparable. It's not a blanket, we're not looking at an algorithm, there's not a generalization or anything like that. We're actually looking at the market around your home to make sure, hey, this is exactly what we believe your home to be worth. And the reason that it matters to an appraiser is because appraisals are what any sort of financial institution or lender is going to base their decision on, is what the appraiser says. And we're really, really good at working with appraisers and they have the same information that we do. And so that's why CMAs are such a big deal. The reality of it is we could have solved this problem just by adding a little bit of reason to how the assessor's office is operating. And again, I don't want to get political, nor do I want to hop into any sort of, hey, here's how the government is overreaching by a ton. But the reality of it is So many people disputed that and they won, which tells me your office admitted being wrong in how they evaluated a home. Why don't we come up with a better way of doing that? I would like to think there's a way to do that based on actual data rather than just a general blanket appraisal. And here's what I mean by that. Mr. Assessor, you also said that homes are sitting on the market about 90 days, and that was as of this morning. As of the day that I'm recording this video, you said homes are sitting on the market for 90 days. Where are you getting that information from? Because the data, some of the best data that I have available to me through the Pikes Peak MLS, says that days on market is 49. That's almost half of what you are quoting humans right now. And I think it's dangerous to have that kind of misinformation out there. 49 days on market is, and I'll tell you where I got that information. The Pikes Peak MLS, the most trusted source for real estate data in this area. Where did you get 90 days, sir? I'm intrigued. The reality of it is you are feeding in to what the media is wanting us to believe, that the skies are falling and everything's crashing, and it's not. That's dangerous. It's irresponsible at best. So in the event, because I happen to know that your office works very, very closely with the Pikes Peak MLS, why don't you give us a call? Why don't you let us help you out? Why don't we give the general public actual information that they can use as it relates to the single largest asset purchase they're ever going to have? This is an asset that people are counting on to help build long-term wealth or perhaps be a part of their retirement portfolio. And I think it's absolutely paramount that we are giving them the best data we can. So for those of you who really want good data, you know where to find us. The website for us is in the description of the video below, myfrontrangeliving.com. We want to help you out, and we will quote our sources for data so you have the very best information you can as it relates to your home here in Colorado Springs. Hey, as always, we hope you found value in today's content. I'm Mark with My Front Range Living, helping you make Colorado Springs feel like home. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you soon.